just as the car was about to hit the old lady. At that critical moment, I suddenly stood up from my wheelchair. I dashed forward and pulled her to safety. The old lady was touched by my kindness. To thank me, she wanted to introduce her granddaughter to me, but I already had a fiancé, so I politely declined. Unexpectedly, the old lady still sent my photo to her granddaughter. When the female CEO saw the jade pendant I wore in the photo, she immediately recognized me as the one she had searched for over 20 years. 20 years ago, she was bullied. I stood up and protected her. Since then, she kept me in her heart, to wait for me to marry her. She wore a veil for 20 years, hoping I would be the one to unveil it on our wedding day. But when she learned I was about to marry someone else, she chose to let go. My true identity was the heir of a financial consortium, and also the master of the Supreme Hall. 3 years ago, I was nearly paralyzed saving my fiancé. Luckily, my deep martial strength helped me recover. The reason I stayed in a wheelchair was to surprise my fiancé at the wedding and reveal my true identity to her. Little did I know she had been secretly involved with a company manager, and their direct superior was the same female CEO. But this company was actually a subsidiary of my father's group. For tomorrow's wedding, I was carefully preparing gifts. But just then, a concerned citizen reported my fiancé's actions. Both she and the manager were taken to the police station. When I got the call, I was completely stunned. I never expected her to do such a thing the day before our wedding. Still, I paid her bail. But once she was released, she gave no explanation. Instead, she openly admitted she was with the manager and walked off with him. My assistant urged me to cancel the wedding, but I insisted it would go on, because I planned to turn the wedding into a divorce banquet. Meanwhile, the female CEO finished her investigation. She confirmed I was her childhood savior and learned of my fiancé's betrayal, so she decided to crash the wedding in person. My father also heard about the scandal. He ordered the regional president to handle it, or resign if he failed. On the wedding day, my fiancé shocked everyone by switching the groom. She walked down the aisle with the manager. Her mother approved immediately, thinking the manager was richer than me, but I was already prepared. I took out the divorce letter and publicly ended the engagement. The manager flew into a rage and tried to hit me, but my assistant slapped him to the ground. He refused to give up and called in a group of security guards. All of them were beaten back by my assistant. People thought I had hired troublemakers to demand compensation. The manager pulled out $100,000 to humiliate me. Just then, the female CEO entered the venue in a stunning gown. She instantly drew everyone's attention. She walked up to me and said, if my fiancé wouldn't marry me, then she would take her place. Then she dropped to one knee and proposed to me. She told me she was the little girl I had saved years ago. She had been searching for me ever since. To repay me, she offered me 50% of her company's shares. My fiancé laughed coldly and called her a fraud, claiming a woman of her status would never want a cripple. She said the CEO was just an actress I hired. Before she could finish, the CEO slapped her hard across the face. Just then, my father arrived at the scene.